10 best marketing tools to get influencers to work with your business. Okay, you've thought about using influencers, but how do you go about it? I mean, do you send them messages? Do you ask them? And the answer is no. There are actually marketing tools, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the 10 best ones. You're going to know exactly how to contact influencers. You're going to know what they cost. You're going to know what their audiences are. You're going to know the pros and cons of each of these, and I'm going to walk you through step by step. As a matter of fact, I'll put them up on the screen so you can actually see these tools and see how they work. But before we get started, don't forget to turn on all bell notifications. Click that subscribe button below, turn it from red to gray, and turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live. Okay, so contacting influencers, why is that a little intimidating? It can actually be a little intimidating. That's why these tools are so great, guys. I want to walk you through each one. You've got to market in a digital age now. You've got to use what works now. It's different. It's not like running newspaper ads or magazines ads anymore. It's entirely different. So you got to jump into the new digital marketing age. So let's get right into it, and let me start listing some of these and telling you all about them. The first one I want to tell you about is traackr. So let's go over there and take a look at it. Okay, here's traackr right here. It's a favorite of companies. I mean, Zendesk uses it, American Airlines uses it. If you don't mind investing just a little bit of cash and a little bit of your time to get the ball rolling, it actually helps you find influencers and target more in on your strategy. You can find the best appeal to these audiences, and it can also help you nurture relationships with people you already have. You can make up really descriptive reports. You can show exactly what progress you've made, and you can also narrow down your efforts a little bit more. It's a decent program. It's a little bit on the pricey side, but it really is an all-in-one solution for those who prioritize influencer marketing above all else. The next one I want to tell you about is BuzzSumo. BuzzSumo has been around for a long time, and they really have a lot of features. They help you find your niche influencers. They'll also predict how responsive they're actually going to be in advance, from competitors research to Twitter profile search. This is a tool that's really a favorite of mine. It's a daily to-go list, just about any digital marketing task that you want to do. You can keep an eye on important metrics like retweets rate. You can also see the reply ratios. It gives you a really good idea of your choosing influencers and the tend to talk back to their audiences, or if they're just broadcasting stuff. I mean, you want to know if they're actually connecting. The next one I want to tell you about is called pitchbox. Pitchbox is really the top-end influencer marketing outreach tool. It has a really robust prospecting feature, as well as all kinds of ways to help you get your contacts organized, how to stay in touch with them. You can also do reminders. You can do follow-ups. You can check the status updates. You can keep your team updated on who of your influencers needs a follow-up. It also proves to be very responsive about the best ways to reach out one-on-one to these influencers. When you're making your email outreach strategy, you want to be really cautious with your email tactics. Make sure your emails don't look like spam. This could actually hurt your brand. The next one I want to tell you about is LinkedIn. Now, all of us understand, we think we understand what LinkedIn is. While it's often used for like business to business prospecting and outreach and jobs and all that, I've also found it's a really effective way to make the most of the platform and to reach people behind different brands. So that's pretty cool. For example, if your influencer outreach involves media coverage, you can find first and second tier connections at your local publication. You can reach out, or you can get introduced through a common contact. So you can use it differently than what you think it may be. My next one, and one of my favorites, is MyBlogU. Now, you won't get anywhere with influencer marketing without proper engagement. So even if you've got an influencer that's working for you and he's got a lot of followers, or she's got a lot of followers, it's that actual interaction that you want. MyBlogU is actually a community of experts all in one place, and they give you tips, advice, they nudge people, they encourage people. So it's really a pretty cool place. It also is a great place to get your content together, such as, sound bites, quotes. You can imagine that it will make great resource for people who want to connect with all these different influencers and do it on a one-on-one level while still leveraging their own authority to do it. Next one I want to tell you about is CoSchedule. CoSchedule is a little bit different. It's really one of the best ways to better build relationships and create content that engages with your audience. How many times have you seen a major influencer share a post or a video or podcast because they like it? A good example is George Takei. He brings millions of views to a single post just by sharing it. CoSchedule is actually dedicated to helping you create better content, planning your collaborations, and so that you can start reaching the influencer visibility you've always dreamed of. Now my next one is agorapulse. Agorapulse is really, technically I would have put this in the category with Hootsuite because I use Hootsuite, but I really like agorapulse for the pro platform in particular. It uses the geodata alongside hashtags and also profile info on Instagram to create more targeted influencer reports for you to use and to make your decisions based on. There aren't really nearly enough Instagram tools out there, so this is a must-have for anyone that is on a social photo site. They have what's called a cross search feature, and it's really special. It allows for full custom optimization, which I think is really neat. My next one I want to tell you about is one called Keyhole. Now Keyhole, I wouldn't say always works. It really, you just got to kind of try it out. It's a little bit of a hit and miss type thing. It's not really that great for research on specific people. That's not what it's there for, but you can use their real-time tracking. You can identify patterns that show who is sharing the most trendy post across Twitter, which really is going to lead you to the influencers you want. You may not have found these people otherwise if you didn't know this stuff. So this really matters, because influencer marketing isn't just about, you know, getting the biggest names to talk about your business. It's really about finding the ones who are most valuable to your brand. They may not even be as well known. It could be a micro influencer or a nano influencer, so this may not always be immediately apparent, and Keyhole lets you look a little bit deeper, and that's why they call it Keyhole. The next one is FINTEZA. FINTEZA is more to find influencers. It includes outbound tactics. You research, you reach out, you follow up, you research again. That's not to be done on site yet. There's one thing you can do. You can create and you can personalize your influencer driven landing page for those influencers to be sure to engage with your brand once you get to your site. FINTEZA allows you to actually take all those people, record them, enter them into your site through a specific page, and generate a personalized call to action to better engage with them, so it feels more personalized. So you can target your influencer landing page, for example, and you don't want to sell anything to them. Instead, you may want to invite them to download your lead magnet or claim their personalized freebies. So that's kind of a cool way to find influencers. It's also good to use a Facebook pixel on there to record everyone who initially landed on your influencer driven landing page, and that way you can actually remarket to all these people and they can see it over and over and over again. You know how that works, the remarketing, where it just, that ad won't go away. And my last one on the list is a little different. It's called followerwonk. I don't know where they come up with these names, but it's really been praised by so many people and hailed as one of the best tools to market for a long time. I have not personally used this paid version, but I have seen the free one a lot, and I can say it's one of the really coolest tools on the list that I'm telling you about today, because it's so reliable. I found more Twitter influencers in searching on here to connect with than almost anywhere. Okay, so that's a pretty complete list, and there's other tools that are out there. I'm not going to say there aren't other tools out there. These happen to be what I think are my 10 best. Okay, I've got my 10 best, and these are it. I would tell you, if you want to speed up your influencer research and you want to get the influencers that are going to match your business the quickest, I would use some of these tools, guys. You can do this on your own without paying for any tools, but you have to realize your time is worth something. So if you're spending all your time trying to find these influencers and wondering if they're any good, I mean, you can spend hours, weeks, months just researching who to contact. When you use one of these tools, you can really target the right people for your business. You can look and see how much influence they really have. You can see if people are actually interacting with them or if they're just doing a bunch of posts. So these tools are really invaluable to you. On your own, it's almost impossible to tell if the influencer is going to be good for you, if they're going to post the way you want, and if they're going to get the interaction you want, and if you're going to get conversions in sales. So I highly recommend you using these tools. They're extremely valuable, and it will save you so much time. And keep in mind, your time is worth something. Don't try to do everything on the cheap. I see people do this all the time. I see people mowing their own lawns. I mean, I used to mow my own lawn, so I'm not going to say anything about that, but if I go out there and mow my lawn and I don't make a video, that video is going to make me a whole lot more money. I'm paying 35 bucks for a gardener to show up. You know, I can't go out in my yard and work for 3 hours for 35 bucks. It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't make sense for you to try to find your own influencers either. I hope this worked out for you. If you're an influencer, put your information below. Talk a little bit about what you do. You don't know, somebody may discover you. If you're looking for influencers, post below what you're looking for. Somebody may see your post and contact you. I hope you found this video very valuable, and if you did, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down there, turn it from red to gray, and ring the bell. This is the most important thing. You won't get this bell unless you subscribe. You won't have the opportunity to ring that bell unless you subscribe. And when you turn bell notifications on, all notifications, you're going to be notified every time I do a video or I go live. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.